Have you ever stood in front of a mirror with a bunch of fabrics or with items of clothing trying to figure out what your colour season is? Are you a spring, summer, autumn or winter? And after many attempts, you end up more confused than ever. Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm going to go through why it is so difficult to self-analyse in colour analysis today. If you've ever tried this at home, do let me know if you had a successful outcome, if you got the clarity you were looking for, or did you end up more confused than ever? My name is Sarah and I help women reclaim their identity and their style through a range of coaching and styling techniques. As part of my work, I have done hundreds of colour analysis over the years, both in person and online, and I have a ton of experience in this area. So let me share some of those key points with you today. The first thing you want to make sure of if you're self-analysing at home is your lighting. Don't do this under artificial lighting. Don't do it when the sun is beaming directly onto your window. Lighting is crucial in getting this right. That's step number one. So if your lighting is not correct, then game over. You're not going to get the accurate results you're looking for. I am extremely particular when I work with clients in person. We have the right lighting for the analysis. And I also do the same with my photos. Some of you who I've worked with before will have watched the video I've done on submitting your photos for colour analysis, and you'll know that I am very particular about the lighting. The next reason why self-analysing becomes extremely difficult is because we all have built-in biases. So we have preferences, we have beliefs about things, about colours, about what we can and can't wear. Maybe somebody has told us before, oh, you can't wear yellow, or some kind of thought like that is in your mind and it's influencing what you see. It's really hard to be objective when you're looking at yourself. You cannot separate what you see from what you think, and all the things that you've heard before growing up and all the colours you've seen on yourself. All of these things play a factor and make it extremely difficult. This is probably one of the things that make it most difficult for you to be objective when you're looking at colours next to you. That's where a professional comes in who has not got those inbuilt preferences for you. They don't know you. They are trained as well, hopefully, and experienced, and they can differentiate between what is working for you and what is not. The next reason is one that I'm seeing come up time and time again, and most recently, only yesterday, I did a colour analysis. And inevitably, by the way, when people come to me for a colour analysis, they have tried it at home. They've tried it themselves. Most people will try it out themselves and they end up confused, and then they come to me and get the answers. But what I have found in my experience is that people are so caught up in finding out if they're cool or warm. I cannot stress this enough, that this is not the be-all and end-all of a colour consultation. Case in point, a client that I had yesterday, this is the reason why she was getting so confused, because there was tunnel vision there for temperature. And it turns out she came up really neutral, on the slight side of warm, but really, really neutral. Temperature, in fact, didn't play an important role. It was more important for her to be focusing on her light and bright colours of spring, not necessarily the temperature. And it all made sense. So you've got to let go of this idea, because it's like trying to solve a murder mystery and you've got all the clues there and you're searching through them, but the clue that you actually need is right behind you and you're just not looking at it. You've got to look at all the clues, all the evidence, and not just have this tunnel vision for temperature. If that's what you're doing, forget about it. You'll never get to where you're looking to get to unless you sit on the very extreme sides of cool and warm. I hope this next point goes without saying, but you should be doing this without makeup, okay? Your face should be absolutely clear of false tan, tinted moisturizer, makeup, anything like that. If you have semi-permanent eyebrows or eyeliner or lip color, you've got to look beyond that. And I've worked with many people who have these, and you know, again, with my trained eye, my experience, I know what to look for, but you've got to look beyond this if you cannot remove this. The other thing is your hair your hair color. Again, I'm referring back to a client I had who was dressing and dyeing her hair in a way based off of her hairdresser's recommendation, or just things that she liked to do for her clients, was this kind of warm light golden blonde, especially coming into summertime. I see this all the time. And so she was leaning into all these warm tones and they were working against her completely. She should have been cool in her hair, in the clothes that she was wearing, in her accessories, everything. She was moving in the completely wrong direction based off of what her hairdresser liked to do coming into the summertime, which was give everybody a bit of warmth. I hear that an awful lot, particularly as they get older. Yes, it suits some people. It doesn't suit everybody, so be careful of that. The next reason that it's difficult for you to self-analyze is that you're just overly familiar with your own face. It's as simple as that. A person needs a bit of distance, a bit of separation. And again, for somebody to come in with a trained eye, with that experience, who can be objective and see you for exactly how you look, rather than, again, all those biases coming in and creating those influences of what people say. A professional doesn't have that for you, or at least they shouldn't have that for you. They come in completely objective. And this is something actually that people ask me a lot. Sarah, can you tell what I am when I walk into a room? And I have stopped myself doing that. Of course, it's kind of a hazard of the job when I see someone, I'm like, yeah, I can see those colors are working or not working on you. But that in itself is creating a bias in my mind and looking for certain outcomes. So I have stopped myself jumping that far ahead. And as I always say, I let the colors do the talking. They will always lead me to the right conclusion. So if you're completely fed up with trying to self-analyze, get in touch with me. Book a clarity call on my website. That's the first point of contact, where we can have a chat about what you want to achieve with getting a colour analysis, with your wardrobe, and we can go from there. The link is down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you again next time for another video. Take care. Bye bye.